Imagine this. You wake up feeling a little off. Nothing's wrong exactly, yet you can't shake that low hum of dissatisfaction. You start wondering, why can't I just be happy? Here's the real secret. It's not your fault. Your brain wasn't built for happiness. It was built to keep you alive. Let's go back a few 100,000 years. Picture your ancestors, small groups of humans living in a world filled with danger, hunger, predators, the elements. Surviving each day required constant vigilance. The brain that kept them alive wasn't one that paused to appreciate a sunset. It was the one that noticed the movement in the bushes and thought, that could be a threat. Fast forward to today, that same brain sits inside your head. But now, instead of lions or snakes, it reacts to emails, deadlines, messages left on read, and the endless scroll of social media. Our lives have changed drastically, but evolution doesn't move that fast. So how does this ancient survival machine operate in the modern world? First, let's talk about your brain's built-in negativity bias. For your ancestors, overreacting to danger was safer than underreacting. If you mistook a shadow for a predator, no big deal. But if you ignored a real threat, game over. That bias for the negative kept humans alive. But in everyday modern life, it means your brain focuses more on problems than positives. Compliments slide off like water, but one bit of criticism sticks for days. Second, your brain loves predictability and control. Anything uncertain triggers stress, even small things like waiting for a reply or sitting in traffic. Your ancient brain still interprets uncertainty as possible danger. Third, happiness itself was never meant to be a permanent state. Chemically speaking, your brain rewards behaviors that help survival, food, connection, achievement, with short bursts of feel-good neurotransmitters like dopamine or serotonin. But those highs fade quickly, because if they didn't, your ancestors might have just sat around blissed out instead of finding food or shelter. Happiness was meant to motivate, not linger. Here's the twist. Understanding this ancient wiring isn't depressing, it's freeing. When you realize your emotional ups and downs are part of built-in survival code, you stop blaming yourself for not feeling amazing all the time. Think about it. You're not broken for feeling anxious, restless, or critical. You're actually functioning exactly how evolution intended. Your brain is still scanning for potential problems, still trying to keep you safe. So what can you do with that knowledge? You can start working with your brain instead of fighting it. One simple approach, mindfulness. When you notice your brain spiraling toward worry or comparison, pause and name what's happening. Ah, my brain's doing its threat scan again. That little awareness separates you from the emotional storm and rewires some of those survival loops. Next, gratitude and savoring. Since your brain's default is to miss what's going right, deliberately drawing attention to positive experiences helps balance the bias. It's not about forcing happiness, it's about teaching your brain to see more than danger. Another strategy? Connection. Remember, survival wasn't solo. Humans are wired for cooperation. When you share time, laughter, or vulnerability with others, your brain releases oxytocin, the bonding chemical that counteracts fear and loneliness. And let's not forget self-compassion. When you catch yourself frustrated for not being happy enough, remind yourself you're running ancient survival software. No one walks around in constant joy. The healthiest minds make space for the full range of human emotion. So maybe the goal isn't to chase constant happiness, but to build a kinder relationship with how your brain works. When you stop expecting it to be a happiness machine, you give yourself permission to feel it all, joy, sadness, excitement, boredom, anxiety, as part of the human experience. If you think about it, that's its own kind of happiness. Knowing that being imperfectly human means you're exactly as evolution designed you to be. Your brain's first job is survival. Your job is understanding it well enough to live fully despite that. And when you do, happiness stops being something you chase and starts being something that naturally visits right on time when you make peace with the brain you were born with.